What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So this is kind of breaking news. I want to bring this to your attention because this just happened very recently in the past hour. This is just coming out. So what we are seeing right now is, and this has a major impact on if we see additional stimulus, if we see two parts to this, to President Biden's Build Back Better plan, to his two pieces of infrastructure. This all plays into that. If there's going to be any additional stimulus in the future, if there's going to be more payments, whether direct payments through stimulus checks, through child tax credits, maybe through unemployment benefits, or anything like that, mortgage assistance, rental assistance, and other provisions like that, this is the thing that pretty much just set that in motion. So here's what we know, and this is what happened today, and I want you to know all about it because this is a major piece to the next bill. So here's what happened. First, let me just kind of explain to you what happened in the past. Well, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he's been trying to work with the Senate parliamentarian on allowing Democrats to simply revise the budget reconciliation in order to do an additional budget resolution. Okay, it's all very confusing, but it really is not that complex. Here's what this means. Simply put, the Senate parliamentarian can allow a certain party, so in this instance, Democrats currently hold the majority in the Senate. So the Senate parliamentarian is allowing Democrats to go back and revise the previous version of the budget reconciliation in order to include an additional provision, which would be this $2.25 trillion infrastructure bill, which would then mean Democrats can use the other budget reconciliation for part 2 of the infrastructure bill. And so essentially what happened is that the Senate parliamentarian, she decided that yes, you can do that she approved this. So in short, this means Democrats won't need a single Republican vote in order to get both parts of the infrastructure bill passed, which means there's a higher possibility that we could see additional stimulus checks, we could see longer unemployment benefits, and we can see other things in this bill as well. And in short, moderate Democrats said they would not vote against the Senate parliamentarian if she said no, this couldn't be done. There'd be no way they would go against her. Well, this means that Democrats now are one step closer to getting the infrastructure bill passed through the Senate. But remember, Congress is still on recess. So this all took place when Congress was on recess. Mitch McConnell is still in Kentucky. Mitch McConnell is not in Washington, D.C. So right now, this is all great news. We're a step closer to getting these bills passed. Whether it's good or bad, honestly, I don't know. Okay, I'm just trying to bring you what is happening. Now, whether this bill is good or bad, we will see when the entire bill comes out. We will see what exactly it looks like, what is in there for the American people. Is there an additional stimulus check? We don't know. We know progressives are pushing for it. We know Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wants to see a little bit of student loan forgiveness. He wants that in there. Whether it's going to be in there or not, honestly, we don't know. But he's going to fight for it. What I can tell you right now is that this is huge. This is going to play a major impact on what we see. Even a spokesperson for Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer had this to say today. It says, and I quote, The parliamentarian has advised that a revised budget resolution may contain budget reconciliation instructions. This confirms the leader's interpretation of the Budget Act and allows Democrats additional tools to improve the lives of Americans if Republican obstruction continues. While no decisions have been made on a legislative path forward using Section 304, and some parameters still need to be worked out, the parliamentarian's opinion is an important step forward that this key pathway is available if Democrats if needed. That is big. That is big because this allows them to go and do some modifications, do some revisions. And this is exactly what Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer was saying, that he found a loophole and he was going to exploit that loophole, which is exactly what he did. He now has confirmation that he can move forward if needed. And this is what Bernie Sanders is saying is most likely going to get done, is a budget reconciliation. And we know that Senate Democrats will need this budget reconciliation or this budget resolution revision in order to get the two parts that President Biden really wants of his infrastructure plan, get those passed. Because we know that no Republican is going to vote for this bill. We know that President Biden wants to see bipartisan support on this $2.25 trillion infrastructure package. However, just yesterday on Easter Sunday of all days, Senator Roy Blunt says the GOP would only support a bill if it's under $615 billion. That's not even 25%. Okay, it's not even 25% of what, or no, it is 25% of exactly what President Biden is wanting. So this is big. This is really big. The tricky part now is what should Democrats include into these next bills, because now they have a whole host of different options. Senator Schumer was saying that he does support additional direct payments to the American people. He didn't specify whether it's a stimulus check. He didn't specify whether it's unemployment benefits, additional child tax credits, which we're still waiting on the first round, which are supposed to come out hopefully in July, which chances are is going to be delayed because the IRS is most likely not going to get the portal open by June to tell us whether we can opt in or opt out of these payments. And if it's anything like Obamacare was when it first came out, it was a mess. And chances are this new program will be a mess as well. So we will see. But some lawmakers are saying that this next bill must be big, bold, and memorable. And they say this because the American people, if they do not remember who gave them what piece of legislation, who gave them these tax credits or these additional stimulus checks, who do you think they're going to vote for in the upcoming election, which is in 2022, which is still over a year away, but that's currently what lawmakers are fighting for. And also, others say that providing for the people is a must. And why do they say that? They say this because the American people are the voters. The voters decide who stays in office. Who stays in office will determine who has the majority in the House and the Senate. Who has the majority in the House and Senate will determine what bills actually see the floor. So this is why we need to, right now, lawmakers are saying we need to provide for the American people. And one lawmaker said, infrastructure will create jobs, which will provide relief, which will help the economy recover faster, which is very true. But if they just work on infrastructure and they do not provide for the American people, guess what's going to happen? This is exactly what Bernie Sanders has said, is we have to pass bills, and whatever bills we pass have to be quick. They have to provide relief immediately. If they don't, and they take years and years, chances are we will be out of office before that infrastructure ever starts creating jobs, before it ever makes an impact on the economy and the American people's lives. So we will see. But experts are now predicting we will see a handful of new proposals because of this budget reconciliation revision is being now possible. Yesterday it wasn't possible. This was still something we were expecting to hear over the next couple of weeks. Now we heard it. We know this can be done. This could mean an additional stimulus check. Chances are it won't be monthly. Okay, I just want to be 100% clear. I say this in every video I've done, and probably in the past couple of weeks. I don't see this being a $2,000 per month stimulus check. I see it possibly in a $2,000 stimulus check, a one-time payment, but not monthly. I honestly don't see it being a monthly check. It's too expensive. Okay, I'm trying to be right in the middle. I'm not trying to side with Republicans. I'm not trying to side with Democrats. I'm trying to be right in the middle. And I can tell you, on both sides, it's too expensive. It's just too expensive because Democrats are going to argue it's too expensive. If we do this, we can't do all this other infrastructure because then we'd have to figure out more ways to pay off this debt. And Republicans are like, it's just too expensive. Well, we can't give American people $2,000. No, maybe like $500, maybe $600. That's enough. We don't need to give them an additional $2,000. So it's too expensive on both sides. It's just the argument's a little bit different. We also could see changes to Medicare, additional unemployment benefits. We could see additional tax credits, which would most likely include an extension of the child tax credit. We could see home buyer credits and much more. We know there's going to be EV credits in the $2.25 trillion infrastructure package. So we'll see what happens there. And Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer believes now is the time to pass a bill that includes student loan forgiveness. He stated that he believes it's more likely now than it has been in the past. Well, this possibly has something to do with President Biden kind of addressing this issue just recently. And it also has something to do with that the student loan forgiveness, the taxes on that would be waived now that it was passed in the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. So yes, the door is open, but we just have to see what happens. What I can tell you is that this acceptance from the Senate parliamentarian will open a lot of doors for Democrats, which means we're going to see more proposals. We're going to see more ideas. We're going to see people fight over, no, we don't like that proposal. We need to provide more. Even Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez stated this last week. No, $2.25 trillion, that's peanuts. Now, that's not exactly what she said, but that was pretty much what she was meaning, is that's peanuts. That President Biden was saying that we're going to pass about $2 trillion within the first year, and then he, in infrastructure, and then he comes out and says, no, let's do $2.25 trillion and let's extend it over 8 years. She's saying, no. This bill should be closer to $10 trillion. And President Biden, I can tell you right now, is not going to pass a bill that is $10 trillion. He's going to have a lot of people upset. Republicans are going to be furious, but moderate Democrats like Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, I don't think they're going to support that as well either. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, Democrats have more tools at their disposal, and this is just one of those tools. But that's why this is very important to understand, is because now it opens the door to new possibilities, a larger package, splitting the package into different options. Instead of just one, they can do two now. That's really good. Whether what's in the package is good or not, we now have more options, and options create opportunities. We know that. So what I can tell you right now is, as we get more information, I promise I will keep you updated on everything that we're hearing. But right now, that is it. This creates one additional door. This creates one additional opportunity. This creates more possibilities for the American people. So as I know more, I promise I'll come back and share more. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on. And I'll see you guys on the next one.